Yes, so good morning everyone. So let's start with daily commentary. Now, as you can see, right now I've just opened Nifty daily chart. Now, as we were seeing last time as well, we were more bullish on Nifty as compared to Bank Nifty. Now, if you see over here today itself, follow-up buying can be seen in Nifty from morning. So on Friday it zoomed up and it did cross an important level around 9920, right? And it went up where our two levels were there, 9920 and 9960, and both the levels were easily taken off, right? Today it zooms up, comes down and again retest the same 9960 level. So if we zoom in a bit, if we see the low of this candle, it is around 9960, and if we see the high of the red candle was 9960, right? So it comes back, it does test the two levels which we had decided, 9960 and the upper level of this Moribazu, which is 9920. So both the levels are taken out on Friday itself. Today it opens, it tests around this 9960, reverses, and it is trying to build the entire day. It can have a complete upway rally towards the level where the gap and Moribazu had taken place, and to be precise, those levels are around 10,097 or 10,100 kind of stuff, right? So the range where Nifty will go and stop or take a pause for some time, it will be around 10,100 to 10,130 odd levels or 120 odd levels, where the gap up, gap down, and a red Moribazu was formed, right? So let's wait and see. It can zoom up, reach over here, and then we can find some amount of resistance. So Nifty seeing good amount of traction, and also on the upside, Nifty seems to be very good, as we were discussing last time as well. But getting into the trade now is pretty late, so we do not want to participate in this small rally of 100 points from here, 100 or 120 points from here. We would basically stay on the sideways where the resistance zone will try to pull Nifty down back to these levels of 9920 or 9960 kind of levels prior to Diwali, and any kind of reversal we would be buyer in Nifty. So we are interested to buy Nifty. Let's understand how we can buy it. So the first phase which we are trying to think was from point A to point B, which it already did, and it should have reversed, which it did not. After that, we are again trying to see that it is trying to breach our important levels, and it is zooming up higher towards this resistance level, right? But we are not participating here. Our agenda is maybe after this there will be a small resistance or a fall down from here, inching down towards our same level of 9920 or 9960 mark, right? So whenever it comes down now to these levels, we will be looking out for a quick reversal from this point. So ideally we would be buying around these range. Prior to Diwali, if it comes here, any kind of reversal around this range of 10,000 or 9960, we would be buyer in Nifty, because we are assuming when we enter in the result phase, it will cross this gap and might inch all time high, right? It is possible right from here itself, it can zoom higher, right, without giving us a chance of any retracement. But that is how it is. We will not participate with the trend. We might wait for some time if a meaningful correction comes, and then we would like to participate. Now when it enters in a resistance zone, it will find some amount of selling, which will bring him down to 1000, 10,050 or 10,000 range, and then we will participate in the upside rally for Nifty, right? So that's for Nifty. Seeing the entire phase, we are clear that yes, Nifty is finding to be more bullish. Let's see in another 15-minute chart where we can understand what exactly happened right from morning. To be more precise, let's go to 5 minutes chart. So one thing was clear, Nifty when it zoomed yesterday, when on Friday it zoomed up, came down and closed almost over here. Okay, and then today when it opens, a selling took place. After that, it comes to the same level of 9960 mark from where the buying had taken place yesterday on Friday. And then if you see a continuous zoom up rally takes place. So two continuous fall taken out by Moribazu, and then another one which eats away the resistance or the high of previous day also, and it zooms further high. So intraday basis, yes, this reversal would have made an amazing sense to play out for, but now participating in the rally for next 3 days or 4 days, another 100 points, it does not make any sense. So intraday we can keep finding trades, but on weekly or basically 3-day trades, it is better we wait for our chances to come by and then participate. Let's see Bank Nifty. As we were discussing last time, Bank Nifty is not showing any kind of quick reversal after a fall off in Bank Nifty. So similar to Nifty, let us draw some lines. So the top of Moribazu for Nifty where the selling took place, okay, was roughly around this zone. So this is where selling had taken place and it was around 24,300 odd levels. And if you see the high of today's candle up till now is also around 24,300 levels. So there is a resistance zone which clearly signifies, and the upper part there is another red selling which had taken place around this 24,364 mark. So agreed that as compared to the fall in Bank Nifty, there was a short pull up and it remained sideways for so many days, and then now we are trying to see Bank Nifty inching higher because today's candle takes away all the highs of the consolidation which, as you can see, of last 3-4 days. So let's understand what are we trying to say consolidation, because this gives an important or meaningful impact. So if you go and just mark out our own consolidation phase, so these were like 4 or 5 days of consolidation for Bank Nifty, where on the bottom it did not move below this. On the higher side, it did not move more than around this 24,200 or 250 odd levels. Today when we see on intraday basis, it zooms up and it goes to this resistance phase, which is roughly around 24,300 and 24,360 odd mark. Right, so technically these two basically form a resistance zone for us, and if we see inside, these are your continuous highs which were there. So let's just make a line where we had found continuous high of Bank Nifty was roughly over here, and today it breaches those levels. So let's go and see in 5 minutes if we can find anything which is important. So if we see over here in 5 minutes chart, the market had closed over here for Bank Nifty. The line which is drawn over here are the previous highs of Bank Nifty, right, for 3-4 days consolidation which had happened. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the points where resistance has taken place, roughly in that 24,220 and 24,230 kind of zone. What happens today morning is something unique. If we see right in the morning, same as Nifty, a selling took place. After that, it resulted into a full green candle, and then a follow-up green candle was seen. This candle basically breached all the highs which were there prior for Bank Nifty, right? Which shows that yes, there is a bullish signal for Bank Nifty as well. But now on the upper side, we again have line which we have drawn because of the Moribazu level. So the idea of 24,300, 350 range is where we need to test Bank Nifty whether it sustains above that or not. So Bank Nifty might remain range bound because the upper resistance is yet to be taken out, right? But if it takes out these levels, then again we find Bank Nifty to go straight away to this gap down and Moribazu level, right? So the upper resistance for Bank Nifty will be around this 24,700, and if we see there was a gap down around this 24,800 mark. So the next area of resistance for Bank Nifty is after 24,300 to 24,700. That is 300 points rally can be seen if it breaches these two resistance zone, comes back over here and straight away towards this level we can see Bank Nifty rising. Now if Nifty undergoes a correction from the levels which we are thinking, and if Bank Nifty is not able to move up during this time, this Bank Nifty will also undergo some sort of correction. Correction means it will just move sideways or it might come a little bit down. So when it comes down, we need to understand what we are waiting for. So if we draw our support zone where we would be interested to buy Bank Nifty is roughly around this zone. So when you find resistance on the upper hand, it will come down, okay, for maybe next 3 days or 5 days if Nifty corrects. But if you see, there has been amazing support level for Bank Nifty which has been formed at the lower part of this rectangle. So around this 24,000 mark, before we enter into result phase around 15th of October or so, I would be buyer in Bank Nifty when it approaches towards the same resistance zone second time. So first time if it breaches, fine enough, it will zoom up to these levels. But if it does not breach there and if it comes back down, let's say somewhat little bit down around 100 points, 150 points or so, and it can bounce back from these levels to the same resistance zone. So this will be a second bounce trying to breach this level, and if the date is around this 15th of October when we are entering in the result season, it is more likely that we can find a good buying opportunity roughly over here, any of these zones, right? Because we have seen that yes, correction has come or little bit pause in Bank Nifty followed by Nifty as well, then it reaches to the resistance zone. It might remain here, and moment results are going to come or it's going to be expected, then we can find another zoom in Bank Nifty. So we know when we are trying to trade as far as dates are concerned. So we'll wait for our opportunity, not that if it breaches over here right away we should go out and trade. You can wait till Bank Nifty also takes a pause and we have a sustainable cause why we are trying to buy Bank Nifty or Nifty, then only we will make a strategy for it, right? So we can also trade into options in the later part of the expiry. So we'll try to make an option strategy as well along with our normal trade, and let us see whether we can make some money out of it. So that's Bank Nifty and Nifty. Seems to be that Bank Nifty might get resistance and Nifty has already moved out of its resistance. So, right, so let's keep a close eye as to what happens. So Nifty has already moved out of this resistance zone. We can make it red. So it is already out, but Bank Nifty is not yet. So it might inch higher. If it comes back down, it will be an amazing sign for reversal for us to